Wealth inequality is surging. What's going on here? This is Brian Fritz of Network 126, and this morning, it's 3:07 a.m., whatever you want to call it. I'm going to try to dig into it and put this all in perspective because this is just insane what's going on. So, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk just became, quote, obscenely rich. Elon Musk, meanwhile, extended an extraordinary stretch of wealth gains to become a centibillionaire. Yes, that's become a thing now, people. Centibillionaires are now a thing within today's modern society. Tesla Inc. shares rallied Wednesday, pushing his net worth to 101 billion with a B, with a B. Seriously, this is insane. According to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, a listing of the world's 500 richest people. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this elongated muskrat and this bald alien thing. Meanwhile, out in the real world, we've got this going on. These are lines for the food banks. Look at this. Look at this shit. Let me zoom in a little bit on these. Oh, it's a little bit. Wait, I can still move over. Okay, look at this. Hold on. Let's go over to monitor number 2. Look at this shit. While these centibillionaires are becoming a thing, look at this. And biggest turnout yet, 10,000 hit hard by economic something. Look at this shit. We just can't feed this many. Vehicles start lining up before dawn as locals hit hard by economic effects of coronavirus seek aid from the San Antonio Food Bank. Wow, look at this shit. But we have centibillionaires, people. We have centibillionaires. This is insane. I mean, am I the only one who sees something wrong with this shit? I can't be. Come on, look at this. Look at this. In fact, I got my own footage of a food bank that I'm going to be uploading pretty soon, which is very similar to what you're seeing here. Look at this shit. Look at this line of cars. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, this is this is just nuts. Look at this. Look at this. Anyway, you guys get the picture. You guys get the idea. But that's not all. I'm not done. It's not just the food banks. Hold on. Maybe I shouldn't have that so big. We've got a potential wave of millions of evictions. Some people say 30 million. Some people say 40 million. A homeless pandemic looms as 30 million people are at risk. Look at this. Millions of evictions are sharper threat as government something. I mean, look at this. This is just nuts. Look at this. 40 million Americans are at risk of eviction without a stimulus. It is August 7th, 2020 from CNN.com. Let's check this one out. 40 million Americans are at risk of eviction without a stimulus bill. Look at this. Up to 40 million Americans could be evicted by the end of this year, according to a news report published Friday by the Aspen Institute. The report warns that the United States may be facing the most severe housing crisis in history if conditions do not change, with up to 43% of renter households facing evictions this year. Wow. That is nuts, people. That's but we have centibillionaires. Says, as the data demonstrates, the gravity of the situation cannot be overstressed, said Emily Benfer, law professor at Wake Forest University School of Law and a co-author of the report. Unless the federal government invests in eviction prevention, we are not only risking widespread eviction and homelessness, we are guaranteeing negative health outcomes, greater unemployment, educational decline, and long-term harm for renters, property owners, and communities. It says people of color, particularly Black and Latino Americans, make up 80% of those facing eviction. Last month, 26% of Black renters and, I hate when that happens, and 25% of Latino renters were unable to pay rent, compared with 13% of white renters, according to U.S. Census data analyzed by the Aspen Institute. So, there's a bit more over here. Renters in the southern part of the country face the highest risk of eviction, with the highest percentage in Louisiana, 56%, and Mississippi, 58%, and up to 48% of renters in Alabama are at risk of eviction, with 45% of renters in Connecticut, Florida, and Georgia. The federal protections on evictions expired on July 24th, with 30 states are without state-level protections against eviction. At least $100 billion in emergency rental assistance, with the extension of enhanced unemployment benefits, would help stave off millions of evictions, according to the report. Okay, I guess now that was the end of that. Okay, so anyway, my point is, here's another article about Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos becomes world's first ever $200 billion man. Ex-wife Mackenzie Scott makes it to the richest woman's list. There's actually a richest woman's list. Wow, that's crazy. There's just this world is just so over the top, and so. I mean, look at this. Look at this guy. Look at the he looks like an alien. This guy, this bald-headed alien guy. I mean, geez. This world has just, look what it's turned into. The wealth inequality is just becoming more and more, increasingly apparent. This is nuts. I mean, look at this. 3 of the world's richest people have achieved staggering new levels of personal wealth. The net worth of Amazon.com Inc. founder Jeff Bezos eclipsed $200 billion on Wednesday as shares of the e-commerce giant climbed to a record. The move simultaneously pushed his ex-wife Mackenzie Scott, 50, to the brink of becoming the world's richest woman, just behind L'Oreal, S.A. Harris, Francios, I don't know how to pronounce that, Benencourt Myers. Elon Musk, meanwhile, extended an extraordinary stretch of wealth gains to become a centibillionaire. Tesla Inc. shares rallied Wednesday, pushing his net worth up to $101 billion, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, a listing of the world's 500 richest people. Tech companies boosted the S&P 500 and NASDAQ composite indexes to new highs for a fourth straight day, buoyed by news that the Federal Reserve is likely to keep short-term interest rates near zero for at least 5 years. The gains by Bezos, 56, and Musk represent just the latest high watermark for wealth accumulation in a topsy-turvy year defined by both surging markets and catastrophic human and economic loss. The world's 500 richest people have gained 809 billion so far this year, a 14% increase since January, even as a global pandemic caused a record drop in gross domestic product and millions of lost jobs. I mean, this is nuts. This is nuts. Let's see how long this article is. Oh, it's not that much longer. And then we'll jump into the discussion afterwards. It says, here's the next paragraph here. Income inequality. The rising income inequality has provoked sharp responses from many progressive politicians and critics on the left. U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders earlier this month introduced legislation to tax extreme wealth gains during the coronavirus crisis. We cannot continue to allow billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk to become obscenely rich while millions of Americans face eviction, hunger, and economic desperation, Sanders said Wednesday in a statement. It's time to fundamentally change our national priorities. Others view their massive wealth as justified, saying they've earned it through the creation of singular business. When you look at Musk and Bezos, it's understand to say that in their own ways they've changed the world, said Thomas Hayes, chairman of Great Hill Capital. The surge in wealth is especially concentrated in upper ranks of the billionaires index and has been fueled largely by tech stocks, which have been on the tear as the pandemic drives more people online. That also includes a rise in the number of retail investors buying stocks. Musk, 49, now one of 4 centibillionaires in the world, has seen his fortune grow by $73.6 billion this year, a jump still smaller than Bezos's, who is up by $87.1 billion. Facebook Inc.'s Mike Zuckerberg's net worth topped $100 billion earlier this month. On Wednesday alone, it rose by $8.5 billion. U.S. tech tycoons haven't been the only beneficiaries. India's Mukesh Ambani became the first Asian to rank among the world's 5 richest last month. He's gained $22.5 billion this year on the back of a boost in shares of his conglomerate Reliance Industries Ltd. Those whose tech division has attracted recent investments from the likes of Facebook and Silver Lake. And despite growing tensions with the U.S., China's tech billionaires have gained this year too. Tencent Holdings Ltd. Chief Executive Officer Pony Ma has amassed $16.6 billion this year and is now worth $55.2 billion. Alibaba Group Holding Ltd's Jack Ma and William Ding of NetEase Inc. have also added more than $12 billion each, putting their fortunes at $58.9 billion and $38 billion, respectively. So, that pretty much concludes my point right there. So, I just wanted to say that this is like, oh, oops, wrong one. Shit. This is nuts. This is crazy. This is, oh my God. And then they wonder why there's riots. They wonder why so many people are just fed up with everything. You know, it's not enough that we're in a pandemic lockdown, movie theaters, nightlife, bars, all that kind of stuff closed for the most part. Um, partying has pretty much been outlawed. If you have a big party, the cops will show up and shut you down and maybe even turn off your water and power and stuff like that. I mean, it's literally gotten to that point. And people are just trying to have fun and get their minds off of shit and party, and just and do normal human being things. And it's just like everything is now outlawed and prohibited, and everything is shut down, and everything is just all dystopic and depressing and surreal. And yeah. What a world we live in now, folks. 2020. What a year. Can only imagine what 2021 holds for us. I don't know what to do anymore. This is just nuts. So anyway, I guess I'll leave it at that with this one, and then maybe I'll do a live call-in show if you guys want. Yeah, so I mean, I'm always doing videos 24/7. I got some edited content on the way. So stay tuned for that. If you're not already subscribed to Network 126 already, go ahead and do that right now. Any time is the perfect time to subscribe to Network 126. And I will see you all next time. This is Brian Fritz of Network 126.